Hi, I want to make you a video to show you how to install the Samba Fileshare. I had the ISO already fixed up where I could show you, where I could download it from scratch and show you the settings to make on it. But the Ubuntu's servers, for whatever reason, the part I was needing wasn't working, so I couldn't download the Samba file program that I needed, the part of it I needed to make this work from scratch. I'm just going to show you what I did. It's already installed on this system, but I'm going to show you what I did to get it to work, okay? Let's see here. We want to show you a Neo fetch so you kind of get a idea of what my system is here. Okay, and we're going to make this bigger so you can see it. I am in Linux Mint 22.3, and my theme is Cinnamox Cashmere Blue, and I like this blue. I done a video on the new Mint menu some time ago, and I used a more of a green theme, and you see this is nice and blue, and I like this very well. I got the wallpaper off a line, and I added the Mint word to it using a program called Penta. But enough of that. Okay, in order to get Samba Fileshare to work, and by the way, what got me using Samba Fileshare is Warpinator does not work on my computer between computers, and here's why. What I do is take and install a Linux Mint ISO file, and I customize the operating system, and then I clone it to each one of my laptops. In that clone, the software sees it as being somehow the same computer, somehow the same system, and so therefore Warpinator won't work with the same system where Samba does. And I like Samba very well because it's like taking another computer and almost moving it into yours, except you can't run programs from it with the operating system, but you can't control the other computer with it, but you can copy files and open files and do a lot of great things with it. I think you could even make a server out of it. Not maybe a full-fledged server, but it becomes almost a server to you could save files on another computer and such as that. So anyway, here we go. Enough of all that. You've come to hear about Samba. The first thing we want to do is we want to go to the software manager. You want to type in Samba. Got too many A's there now. And you'll find these two is already check marked. This one and this one is already installed on Linux Mint when you get it. So you want to do that. But this one is not. This SMB CFS. This one here is the one you need to install. I've already done it, but this is the one you need to install. So see it says remove. I don't want to do that. You install that one. Okay. Then next you'll need to decide what folder that you want to have to share. What folder to share. If one I use is public folder, okay? I use this one right here. So there's my video running. So if you want to check permissions, you go down and hit properties and permissions. If you have trouble with this, I could go through the settings that I was told to use, but on these settings here in public, I don't have any trouble with them. So I'm just going to leave them as they are. No, I'm not going to change them because I haven't had any trouble. So next thing you want to do, after if you don't have any trouble with permissions, and hopefully you don't, is change the configure file. Okay, you want to change the configure file in the operating system right here in file system. You go to file system you go to etc, and then you go to Samba folder. JK. So I'm going to pass the folders, didn't I? Sorry about that. I need to be looking for SA right here. Okay, and this is the one you need to change right here. And this is what I added right here. Okay. And you can't really save that unless you open it as root. So you want to go in this area right here, right click with the mouse and choose open as root and type in your password. Okay, and then that there gives you elevated privileges. Now then you will be allowed to change this file. Okay. I'm going to make this big so you can see it. And because you're using a public folder, if you want to, you can put that in the brackets, put in public. Make this really big so you can see it. There we go. Path equal home. And your user name, the username on your computer, whatever that is, it's probably your first name. Don't capitalize any of the letters or anything except for public. You put that in, and read only, no, because you want to be able to delete files and add files to the folders. Guessed okay, yes, because you want to log in without a password to make it less complicated. And it's only giving it access to this one folder. Okay. Force user, Norman. That means I'm the only one that can use it. I can use it from my computer to. You can add other names here. I mean, you could put like Sue if you wanted to, but okay. Add all these lines right here and put your name here and your home folder name. Let me see if I can tell you what I'm trying to get here. I can't remember the right names here. Okay, home. Okay, whatever your home folder name is. Okay. Now, after you've done all that, you type this in exactly the way it is. All the spaces and everything. Save changes, I don't need to. Close without saving. Okay, after you do that, let me see what else we need to do here. You will need to change the firewall rules. If your firewall is turned on, you will need to change the firewall rules. Do a search for firewall configuration. You have to put in password. Okay. Firewall rules. Okay, what you need to do is let me see here to add. Okay, hit the add sign at the open the firewall by search. Password hit on rules. Hit the plus sign at the bottom. Type Samba here. And then choose add. right here. Okay. And I'm not going to do that because I've already got mine working. So I'm not going to do that. Because if I do, it'll put them in a second time. And I don't want to do that. Okay, so that's what you do. You to change the firewall rules, you open the firewall by search, the way I showed you. Put in your password, hit on rules, hit the plus sign at the bottom left, and type Samba, and in the application filter box, hit add box bottom right, and close the box by X at the top. Okay. Now after you've done that, let's see here. Okay, now then it should work. You may have to reboot or something like that. You probably may have to reboot your computer. Okay. Now it should be able to go down here. Let me take these off. Okay, see, this is now then this will let you into this computer. And the public folder print's always going to be there. You can't really get away from that. What that's for, I don't know, but it's going to be there. Just ignore it. Okay, hit public. You can log in as anonymous, and you can log into this computer now, you being the user with your name, and hit connect. Okay, and there, that's open. Okay, let's do my other one. Let's do the other computer. This is my Dell E6 540, and I've got the I there, the one, because there's so many of them. And we hit public, and we'll see the two files that's in it. Hit connect. You can connect without a password. And there it is. Okay. Hopefully that's worked for you so far. Okay, let's try something a little more complicated. Let's try to add a password for existing user. Okay. Of course, if user does not exist on system, you got to make it first. Okay, but let's try and see how this works. We're going to try to make a password on it, just for fun. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, let's see if this works. It says, I'm looking at my other screen, my other computer at the notes I've taken. It says to add a password for existing user. Okay, type in sudo SMB password -A. Okay, here we go. SUDO. Okay, I lost my place here. SMB WD. Should have put a space in that. Sudo make sure I got my place here right. Okay. SMB PASSWD. That's it, SMB PASSWD. Okay, and then minus A. Okay, and minus A in my username. Let's see what happens here. Put in my password. Okay, a new password, and we'll just call it something real simple here. It's not letting me type. Oh, I know what happened. It probably wasn't supposed to show it. Mismatch. Let's try that again. So I don't, let's just go ahead and recopy this. Let's copy. Let's paste it down here. Okay, let's pretend it is showing here. Put that password in again. Added, okay. Okay, so the password is added. Okay. Okay, now then we need to go back to that folder, to that configuration file, and change it. Okay, let's go back here to let's go back to file system. Let's go back to etc. Let's go back to Samba. Okay, where are you at? Okay, SAM. And then of course we got to open as root. Okay, here we go. Now let's see what we need to, the changes we need to make here to this. It says that this one here should look like this. Valid users equal Norman, and read only equals no, and that should do it. So we need to backspace all this. Okay, then we got to type in valid user equal Norman. Then we got to type in read only equal no, because we want options to change it. Okay, let me bring that up so you can see it better. Hopefully it should look like this when you're done. Let me double check and make sure that that's right. I don't see no problems with it. So we're going to save this. This is our new configuration file. Okay. Now then we need to restart Samba, I think. Okay. To restart Samba without rebooting, we'll need to type this. We will need to type sudo for sudo super user do we need to type in system CTL SYSTEM CTL system CTL restart SMB then it wants the password. Okay, maybe it wants my computer password. There, that's what it didn't want my Samba password, it wanted my computer password. Okay, let's see if it worked. It should be reset now. We'll bring this Nemo file manager back up. We're going to exit out of these so it'll start afresh. We're going to what that does is unmount those drives. Okay, so we're going to try to get back into this one. We want to open the public folder. Okay, now we want to go as a registered user. Anonymous shouldn't work now. Anonymous does not work now. So we got to go registered user and put in my password right here. And connect. Yay, it works. So I was able to do that. Okay. Usually when you're in a video, something like that messes up. I'm just kind of shocked that it all worked for me. So that's good. Glad about that. Okay, we're going to unmount that. And now, if you change your mind and you want to change that, I'll try to show you how to change it. Let's say now putting in a password is too much work. We want to go without password. So let's remove the password. Let's try removing the password. Okay. To delete a user password from Samba, use this. sudo Samba password -X and the one you want to delete. Okay, and that's what we're going to try to do. sudo I'm sitting here pausing because I remembered something. I made a little mistake. I'll try to correct it later when I go back. Okay, sudo Samba password SMB PASSWD -X Norman. We'll see if that password for Norman. Let me see if that's trying to use my no, it wants my computer password and not my Samba password. Okay, deleted the user. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's see what happens just for fun of it. Now, we haven't changed that other back yet. We still got some work to do, I realize. Okay, let's just see what happens here. I know we've messed it up. We'll try to fix it. Nope, it's not going to let me go there. It's not going to let me do this because I've deleted the password. Nope, that's what I thought. And that's what it should have done. But after you delete the password, you got to change the configure file back. All right. Let's exit out of this. We're going to go into that. We're going to go into the file system, the etc. We're going to go into Samba. We're going to go in as root, open as root. Okay. So we're going to right click. And we already opened as root, my bad. So we're going to open this. Okay, now we're going to back these up and retype them. Back this way up. You can use that, leave that path the same. Let's make this bigger so you can actually see it this time. Okay. Now it means we go back up here to the top of my file. Okay, we're going to put in read only. Read only equal no. You'd leave an extra space there. Okay. Guessed okay. And you put guessed okay, yes, you've already given other users a chance to use it. And that's why when I said you could add users here, you really don't need to on this particular part when you're not putting no passwords in. Now the other one you can add users. I guess you'd have to make them passwords. I'm not for sure about all that unless I went back and tried it all. But right here we're going to force this user. But it says guessed okay, so I'm fairly sure, without going back and all and trying, I wouldn't know for dead sure. But I don't think you really have to add it. Like I told you, you have to add Sue here. I don't think so because you already told him that guessed is okay. So I don't think that's necessary just for somebody else to get into it, because I'm pretty sure I've took my wife's computer and I've got into mine before to move a file over to hers. I do that, quite frequently, and I don't think I had to log in as my own name. So, okay, let's save this. I think that was a mistake on my part. Now then, that should put us back to using that without a password. But now we'll have to reboot Samba in order to get that to work properly. Okay. Okay, let's restart Samba. Try to remember here how. Okay. Okay, here. Password. SUDO. Let's see here. SUDO. Okay. System CTL. Okay. restart. SMB. And yes, it wants my computer password. Okay, it should be restarted. Now then, we should be back to where we was before, where we can access this. Just like we did before. Okay, it should let us log in as anonymous to the public. Okay, it already did it, let us. I was hoping it would give me the option to kick that one out. Okay, let's see here. It's remembering, so it remembered all of that. So yep, now then I showed you how to get in with it, with the password and without a password. And I will go over here and I will send a file over to my other computer. Okay, we're going to go to this, and then we're going to try to access that computer. Since I'm already into that, we don't know if it'll let me or not. We're going to try it. Okay, network, go into 5490 computer, go into public, connect, and it did let me, and I'm going to slide disk space defined over on it. That should be showing up. Okay, it did not let me, which seems we got some more work to do. Let's see here what happened. Maybe because I was opening into it. Let's open public here, this way, without nobody being logged into it. Now let's try it. Okay, that's just open with just plain public without being in the Samba file. Let's try this. Okay, we'll go here. Okay, we'll try this. Okay, it's giving me an opportunity to connect. We'll connect to it. We'll move this over. It's not letting me copy files from the other computer now. We've got to try to figure out what's going on here. What did we do wrong? Because we are accessing it here. I can't reboot my computer. I would like to, but if I do, I'll lose my video. Okay, here. Network. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's try that restart again. Okay. Let's type this in. SUDOSYSTEMCTL. Restart. SMB. Let's see what happened here. Okay, it should be restarted. Let's go back and see if this did okay, if I missed anything, left a space or something. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what we did wrong here. Okay, read only equals no. Okay, that all looks right. Okay, let's go into this one. This is going from this to the other computer. Okay, so see, that shows that those are working. Let's put a file in there. Into the public one. Let's slide this over there. Okay. So see, it's going to it. But for some reason it's not letting me do it. I think if it reboots, it'll let me. But when I do that, it's going to destroy my video, so I have to go. And thanks for watching.